Hey crafters! Welcome back to my channel Because I'm Crafty. My name's Katelyn and long time no see. I filmed a video a little while ago. It wasn't too long, but I hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy with your families. Where I am in Montreal, Quebec, they're just starting to open things up a little bit, which makes me a little bit nervous. Besides all of that, I just wanted to pop on and film a quick video about some of the things that I've been making. And also to touch on memademay a little bit, maybe a couple other things. We'll see where it goes. So yeah, let's get into it. And the first thing I just want to mention, I think in my last video I still had my long hair. I think it was like the day after I filmed that video or something like that. I did the COVID chopped her off. My bathroom floor was covered in hair, but it feels much lighter and bouncy and much more refreshing during this crazy time. So if any of you have done your own cut at home, let me know down in the comments below, or if maybe you're waiting until they open up again. Yeah, one of those weird things you don't really think about until it's like not an option anymore. But anyways, this past month was memademay. I didn't participate this year, and I honestly not entirely sure why. Last year I did. I have all documented on my Instagram, but I think and I really enjoyed it last year. It was the first year I had participated, and I really enjoyed it. I was able to see things that I was missing and things that I wanted to keep working on, how I could pair it with things that I had in my wardrobe of store-bought items and things like that. I have videos and things all about it if you're interested, but this year, I think a couple days in, I realized as I was scrolling through Instagram, oh my goodness, it's memademay, and I like kind of forgot about it, but not completely. It just seemed to spring up so quickly. I think it feels like not May or not this time of year because of the shutdown. I'm not entirely sure why, but I feel like I'm ahead, but I'm still in the beginning of the year. I don't know, but I just chose to, I guess, not put that pressure on myself to worry about it too much. I've been working from home as much as I can, and I think I just took a look at all my makes and I was just like, nope. I'm not entirely sure why, because I still wear my makes, but I think just making that extra effort in the morning to actually pick a whole outfit, take the photo, and do the whole thing that's required with memademay, which makes memademay fun, I just wasn't feeling it. I don't know. I think also at that time I had completely lost my sojo. I had made some stuff for my friend for her baby and mailed that off, and a couple things for some other friends, but I wasn't feeling inspired for things for myself. And so instead of actually participating in wearing and documenting my makes during May, and knowing that I didn't have much of a sojo at all, I kind of vowed to hunker down on the weekends when I had time and when I was feeling like it, to actually make things again, to actually try and get my sojo back, which I think was a really good idea for me. It got me to clean up my sewing space because it was a disaster. It got me to be more inspired about shopping my stash and shopping the patterns that I had. I found fabric in my bins that I completely forgot I had. Like, I swear I could sew every day for the next 5 years and still have enough fabric. It's ridiculous. And so I really enjoyed shopping my stash, finding things. There were some fabrics that I had saved because I loved them so much, and I was like afraid to cut into them because I wanted to love whatever it was that I ended up making out of it. And so I hunkered down, made those decisions, finally just jumped into it and made those things, and I'm absolutely in love with them. And so that's also what I wanted to show you guys during this video, because yeah, I don't know what it was, but I just didn't feel like doing the normal process of memademay. I've been loving seeing posts on Instagram. However, I haven't been on social media as much as I used to be, or participating. I'm kind of like looking at it here and there, but I'm not really taking it in. But I have seen a few posts and kind of miss it a little bit. but I'm glad that I made the decision to just hunker down, shop my stash, and actually make some stuff to get me back into making. And you know, it's a new season, it's getting warmer, and working at a pantyhose factory, I was like, I should start making more dresses and skirts again. I think around this time last year or something that I realized during memademay was that I had a lot of dresses, but I didn't really gravitate towards them or wear them because I just wanted more shorts and pants and capris and things like that. And now that I work in a pantyhose factory, dresses seem that much more exciting to me, because I can dress them up with the pantyhose that we make. So anyways, I'm going to show you 3 dresses that I made during the last couple weekends and a pair of pants that I kind of hacked together. So yeah, I'm going to show you my makes. So the first one that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the Kielo, I think that's how you say it, Kielo wrap dress. I've loved that design for so long, seeing so many people post about it, making it multiple times. It's just such a great and flattering pattern to make out of a knit. I just think it's so beautiful. Now I don't actually own the pattern, I just was an admirer for a long time, and I picked out this fabric, so I'm wearing it right now. I'll show you some like shots in between. But I wanted to make it out of a fabric that I had enough space for it, basically. So I didn't purchase the pattern because I wanted to try and do it on my own. I was successful, thankfully. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I can see myself making more, even in top versions or longer versions. I made it about like a knee length version, but I basically based it off of the width of fabric that I had left, cut out my front and back, my ties. I just did some simple like t-shirt style neckband and armbands to finish off the like the hems basically, and used my cover stitch for the bottom hem, and it turned out really well. So I can't really recommend the pattern specifically because I haven't actually used it. I just hacked it together on my own. But if you love the shape and everything that it does, take a look at the pattern. I think it's definitely a good purchase. I just personally wanted to have that challenge of trying to do it myself. It's really not that complicated. You can take patterns that you probably own and kind of make it work, which is what I did. As long as you get the top shape and the length measurement, you can base the kind of side portion of it based on how much fabric you have or whatever you want. So yeah, this fabric I got from Urban Custom Fabrics quite a long time ago. It's a cotton lycra. You guys have seen this many times before. I made a shirt out of this based off of the Lucida, I can't remember how to say the name exactly, but I'll link it down below. It's a dress pattern from Friday Pattern Company, and I made it into a top instead, which now that I think about it, I would really like that in a dress. Maybe I'll make that next. But that was one of the times where I was like, I don't need any more dresses, I should make this as a top. So I absolutely love this fabric. It's beautiful. I just love everything about it and how it turned out. So the next dress I want to talk about is the Gabrielle by Seamwork. It's a like skater girl style dress with a little bow tie, almost cut out in the back. I printed this pattern quite a while ago and kind of just had it stashed. Didn't really know what I wanted to make out of it, and actually the fabric that I chose I had been stashing for something else, but I wasn't entirely sure what. I was thinking maybe some like really fancy sweatpants or like some kind of warm jacket, like a sweater type thing, hoodie, zip up, I don't know, something like that. But I thought it would fall nicely in this pattern, and so that's what I did. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I mixed it with some black kind of striped knit fabric that I had in my stash, just to kind of color block it a bit, mostly because I didn't have enough fabric to do it all the way around. And I think the pattern's very busy. I think if the whole dress had been made out of that, it would have been a bit bright. The birdie feather fabric I actually bought when I was in London with my mom. We went to Sew Over It, and that's where I purchased that fabric. So I've had it for quite a while, and I'm really happy that I like basically used it all up into this beautiful dress. I did have some troubles with this pattern. I went with the sizing guide, measured the pattern. It seemed like for the most part it was going to fit around pretty well. Once I sewed all the panels together, it was actually quite large, so I had to take it in quite a bit. And then there were some issues at the top with the armholes and the shape of it. There's like a cap sleeve that goes with that pattern, and I put it on and I just really didn't like it. So I took it off, and I actually finished the edge with some like scalloped elastic. It's like lingerie elastic, but I think it just adds that little bit of detail. And that way I can wear it with a cardigan, or when it gets hotter out I don't have to wear it with anything. And I can wear some black tights with it, black pantyhose. I can wear it with no pantyhose, like whatever I want, right? So I think it's going to be a very versatile style, and I like that it's got that little detail from the back. So I really enjoyed making that one. It was a bit of a struggle to get it to fit, quite honestly, but at the end of the day I made it work, and I really like the look of it. The next one is a free pattern. This is the Copen from Made to Sew, and it's just a very simple shift style dress. They have a lot of different fabrics I think they recommend making it out of, so I was a little bit weary in terms of how I was going to make it work. And my original idea with this was to make some sort of slip style dress for underneath and make the lace the same style as the Koppen for the outer layer, and then I could just layer it over. Maybe I'd make a couple different slip style dresses that I could put it over top, like a nude one, a white one, a black one, whatever. And then I got into cutting it and was trying to figure out how to finish the edge of the lace. Now because it's so open, I would have preferred to use some kind of bias tape to kind of sandwich the layer together. Serging it would not have worked because of how open it is, but I didn't have any and I didn't want to go out and purchase any or order any. I just wanted to shop my stash, and so I kind of made a compromise to just layer it with the nude knit that I had. It's like a lining, a nude knit lining, and I sewed them like together as one piece. So it's all serged on the inside. The knit helps hold it together. And then for the bottom, where it's kind of like more loose, like I had the lining stop prior to the edge of the lace, I just kind of bound it with the nude so that it would blend in, you know, with my legs or whatever. So yeah, this one, not too much struggles fit wise. This one also had like a t-shirt sleeve, which I cut out of the kind of bigger flowered area of the lace. Once I had it on, I didn't like it. So it's actually surprising that all three of these ended up being sleeveless, sorry. But I just didn't like it, so I went back and changed it, closed the armhole from the inside so that it was all sealed off, put an invisible zipper in the back. That I had in my stash, thankfully. But yeah, this one I think I can dress up or dress down too. Same with this one, the Kielo inspired version. So yeah, I'm really happy with all these dresses, and I think it forces me to look at my pantyhose stash of things that I've bought from the company I work for, and I can kind of mix and match and all that kind of stuff, because I don't think guilty is the right word, but when I like wear pants or jeans or, you know, whatever all the time, I'm like, I should be like sporting our product more. So that's why I wanted to make more dresses, so that it would force me to wear our product more and all that kind of stuff, because I love it, so why not? And the last thing is very different from this, but it's a pair of pants. This one kind of comes with a funny story, but actually one of the ladies at work on the sewing team, she had this fabric, and it's quite funny. She brought it to me, and it's, you know, she had so many yards of it. There must have been close to 10 yards of it. And she drew me a picture of what she thought this fabric should be made into. And there's a little bit of translation problems. It took a while because I'm not good with my French yet. But she drew these pictures and said, I want you to make one of these things for yourself. She drew like a top and a pair of pants. And she's like, here's the fabric. I want you to cut off what you need, make one of these items because I really want to see you in it, and then just give me the whatever's left of the fabric when you're done. So I was very confused, but she is one of these sweetest ladies. I love her so much. So I have had the fabric during this whole COVID thing. She gave it to me a long time ago, and I finally sat down and was like, I'm gonna make these damn pants that she drew a picture of, because she was spot on with the style that they should be. And that maybe sounds weird because anyone could interpret it however they want, but for me especially, I see a fabric and I'm like, that needs to be this, and then, you know, I make it or I don't or whatever, but I'm usually inspired that way instead of I see a pattern and think it should be made out of this fabric. I usually see it in the opposite way, which maybe is weird, I don't know, but that's always how I've seen it. So I looked through my stash. What she drew was basically like a paper bag style pant, you know, long drapey, wide leg, lots of room. And so I looked through my stash to see if I had anything. Wasn't quite sure. So what I ended up using was the Abi Jumpsuit from AK Patterns, and I just used the pant portion and then made a waistband. I didn't sew the darts or anything into it. I used them like pleats in the front, and then in the back I also didn't sew the darts. I put an elastic band into the top and then made like a tie around the front because she had a tie in her photo, and they turned out really, really well. I actually love them so much. The only thing I might have done differently, if it was my own fabric, I probably would have placed the pattern pieces so that the striping on the pants was the same for each leg. I just cut it wherever I could fit it on the fabric so that I wasn't using too much of it, because of course it was like a gift to me, so I didn't want to use a bunch of it. But if it was my own, I probably would have placed the patterns a little bit more picky to fit with the stripes of the fabric. But at the same time, I really like how they're more random. So I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you think about these pants, but they're like, they almost look like pajama pants, but they're like a crepe chiffon, but they're like fancy. Like I paired them the other day with like a black t-shirt and tucked it in and tied my little bow, and it was just super cute. So yeah, I'm really happy with how those pants turned out. So those are my last couple makes. Like I said, I'm really happy I made the decision to not focus so much on documenting the month of May wearing me-made items, but instead to focus on shopping my stash and actually making a couple items. This weekend I was actually planning to sew some stuff, but I again just wasn't feeling super inspired to make something very specific. So we'll see. I think I'm going to go into my sewing room after I'm done filming this video and see if there's anything that I've laid out on the table that I feel like cutting out today. I usually cut in longer sessions and then sew it all when I'm done. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions about these makes that I have talked about today. I can try and answer some questions for you. I will link all the patterns down in the description as well. And I'll try and get some photos of these up on Instagram. I have not posted there in God knows how long. Like I said, I think the shutdown has allowed me to take a break from social media a bit, not obsess about it too much. Not that I really was before, but just to not really focus on being on there and checking it and what do I need to post today and that kind of thing. It's been really nice. So, but I'm happy to film this YouTube video. I'm actually excited to edit it. and check my computer because I have a couple on there that I filmed probably close to a year ago now, and I really want to edit those and get them up. There's a couple tutorials, I think. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, stay safe, stay healthy, do what you can to help the world in this situation, and I think enjoy this time as much as you can in whatever way it is that you can. Do the things that you weren't able to do before, learn something new, sew something, watch a bunch of tutorials on different people's channels, go back to their earlier videos, see what they're up to. I think it's a great time to learn something new, get some new skills. Who knows? Who knows what the world will bring when all of this starts to calm down, whenever that happens. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. I'm really grateful that you guys still come and watch my videos, even though I'm not posting as often as I used to and as often as I would like to. But yeah, thank you for still watching. So have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time, crafters. Bye!